Good afternoon. Thank you for stopping by Healing Conversations with Z. I am Zuri Bibi, and I just thought that I had turned on the video and I was just chatting away and looked down and it wasn't doing nothing. Okay, it's gonna be one of those days. Anyway, I'm glad I didn't start pulling cards. I was talking about doing a balancing reading and a self actualization reading. This change of seasons, sometimes it makes people get a little off balance, and I know that I'm off balance, and especially since I was dealing with whatever, the things that I was dealing with while I was not on my channel. I'm thinking that this would be something that would help not only myself but you all as well. This channel, because I want to clarify it, I want to help you get into union with yourself. That's the goal. I just don't want to give you information for you to have. I want to give you the information and help you understand what you need to do so that you can become one with yourself, because that's the goal. A lot of people, they want to be in union with their masculine, and that's cool. But if you're not in union with yourself first, you might get in union with your masculine for a little bit, and then you all are gonna fall out, and the cycle's gonna restart all over again. So, it's best to work on you first. Once you work on yourself, then the other things will fall into place. Okay, so this first reading, I had already pre-shuffled beforehand, but I like to shuffle on camera. Plus, it just looks, well, anyway, some people complain about not seeing people shuffle or thinking they're picking cards. I don't pick cards. I'm not. I never thought that I would be on here doing this, pulling cards. I have a lot of cards. There's some more cards way over there and behind me and whatever, because I got other readings I need to do for the day. But I never did this up until earlier this year, and so it's been a personal journey. I'm learning a lot about myself. I'm learning about how strong I am, how mentally strong and physically strong, but mentally is more so the mental. This world will try to break you mentally, and if they can break you mentally, the physical goes right behind it. That's just something for somebody to know. You are stronger than you think you are. Don't forget that. Please believe me. But anyway, I shuffle because I want you all to see me shuffle and know that these cards are accurate. I don't know all of these cards. This is an interesting deck for me. I like it because it allows me to see things, the flower of life, the secret flower of life. I took that book back to the library, but I did read half of it. I'm going to purchase that book because it was very good. It had a lot of information concerning sacred geometry. I do have the basic information for it, but I want to read the whole book. It was deep. Everything we do starts from a little shape. There's something like in there. Well, I showed you those shapes before. If you're not really sure, you can look at the other sacred geometry readings I did before when I was explaining it. But anyway, let's get on with this reading, because this first reading won't take long, and then I'll come back on and do the self-actualization. This is for a simple balancing. Everybody don't need the super duper balancing, but if you just need a minor balancing, the way it was explained to me is you pick one card with your right hand, and that's your masculine side, and then that's the yang, and then you pick a card with your left hand, and that's your feminine side, and that's the yin side. And so I've never did this one. I never did this card pull. So I'm going to do it on camera. I'm going to cut the deck, and then I'm going to spread it out, and then I'll pick So I'm going to pick one with my right hand. This is the masculine side. And I'll pick one for the left side, for my feminine side. And then I'm going to put these cards up here. I am in my PJs. This is a no work day for me. So I get to walk around the house in my pajamas all day. Don't get to do this often. So I'm going to enjoy it while it happens. All right. So we'll do the yin first, women, the feminine side. And it is the expanded Sri Yantra. I read the Sri Yantra yesterday, just the basic one, but this is the extended Sri Lanka. Freedom. What we being freed of? Uh-oh, let me, got this camera a little weird today, sorry. This card depicts the sacred geometry of the Tantric Sri Yantra, but it moves beyond the boundaries created by the ancient symbol. Moving like a spacecraft over open waters, the symbol becomes one of freedom and liberation. Are you in need of a little adventure? Have the walls of your existence become too confining of late? You may be feeling constrained by your job, responsibilities, or a relationship that no longer works. Open your arms and embrace the light of your inner being. Know that you always have choices, and that the choice you may be needing most is the freedom to be who you are, not someone the world expects you to be. Laugh out loud, kick up your heels, feel a breeze caressing your face, and realize that the winds of change will, by your choice, bring you to a place of greater joy and freedom. That's pretty cool. Because looking at this, on the female side, it's intuitive, your feelings, yin, and Mother Earth. And this is saying, get out and explore. Get out and do something different. It will change how you feel. So that's pretty interesting. Freedom. Once you have that freedom, you will increase your intuitive skills, and you'll become more in tune with your feelings. You already know you're the yin, and you'll be connected to Mother Earth once you do that. That's pretty cool. All right, let's see what it says for the masculine side of us. Labyrinth. 31. And the masculine, well, let me read it first. Let me go to it, and then I'll explain what it says. Spiritual path. Should have known. When I see this shape, I think about those little toys that got the little ball in there where you got it. Yeah, they are in there. Well, that might not be it, but they have the little balls, and you have to go through the maze to make it either get inside, or you have to find the right path to get outside. That's what I think of when I see this. Pretty cool. Might be something to do with that. Never know. Let's see. The labyrinth is an ancient design found in most cultures. Some examples date back more than 4,000 years. Labyrinths have probably always been used as spiritual tools. A labyrinth has only one avenue. Its geometry combines the circle and spiral into a purposeful, meandering path. The way in is the way out. There are no blind alleys. A profound tool for meditation, the labyrinth is a metaphor for your spiritual path. Also a feminist Christian icon, the labyrinth embodies inspiration and represents the hero or heroine's journey. Experiencing a labyrinth induces heightened awareness and can serve as a psychological and spiritual tool for self-exploration. Approach this card as you might walk a physical labyrinth. From a passive, receptive mindset, allow activation of your intuition and inner knowing. As you view this card in relationship to your inquiry, open to any messages you may receive and feel how your emotions respond to these insights. Move from your outward point of inquiry to the place of inner knowing. Sit in your sacred center, giving thanks for the gifts you have received, and then move outward where this guidance can become your truth. This is so interesting because I was just saying there's one way in and one way out. And a lot of times when we're dealing with on our spiritual journeys, we try to use it as a game, or you play a game. But this is cool. You can use this as a meditative tool. The things that I've experienced in my life, I've had to use. Let me break it down. I've been outside doing things, as the in the Mother Earth. I've been out doing things in Mother Earth on my feminine side, and I've also on my masculine side, which is masculine. The male side of you is rational thought, yang, and father sky. I have had to use rational thinking. I've had to really think about the things that are going on and how can I solve this problem, and Father Sky. When I see Father Sky, I think it's been a lot of birds around me, lots of them. They even come on my patio. I didn't go look this morning. They probably mad at me now because I didn't come. But there's been a couple of birds that will come and actually sit where my flowers are. And sometimes they'll turn and look at me, and sometimes they'll fly off. But this is interesting. So you need to use your expanded Sri Yantra. You need to go out into the go outside, make some, have some fun, do some things out in the, to free your mind. Mentally, you need to free yourself mentally because you're feeling like you're kind of stuck. And that was what was happening. I was feeling like I was stuck for a minute with what was going on in my life. But once I got outside, I was able to think through some things. And as far as the spiritual path on the masculine side, yeah, it was. That's when I went outside looking, and I mentally freed myself. I was able to understand my spiritual path a little bit better. It became a little clearer for me. Let me know if this is the same for you. A lot of times you all don't comment on these. You all like the musical videos, and I might make a music video today or whatever. We'll see. Or you like the other divine masculine. You all like those, but these are these sacred geometry, the ones where you're getting into union with yourself. These are way more important than those, because these will help you gain the clarity you need to get into union with yourself. If you don't get into union with yourself, the other stuff is just going to be temporary. Once you get in union with yourself, you'll understand when things are beginning to get out of whack, and you'll be able to understand how to get back on track, where things don't fall apart and you don't feel like you're having a continuous tower moments and things like that. I'm telling you, I'm speaking from experience. You'll be able to solve a lot of issues once you get in union with yourself. All right, so I'm hoping that you all like this video, this message. I hope it helps give you some clarity on things you need to do with yourself and your life. And until the next video, which will be the self-actualization, which will probably be a continuation of this, I'll see you soon. Peace.